Hi, I'm Heather Thomas. I am the founder and the CEO of Together Culture. Together Culture makes space to create and, so importantly, to become more creative, which brings us to the question of why does Together Culture exist? Together Culture exists because we want to gather a community of people together with momentum and a framework so that we can build a more inclusive and ecological creative economy right here in Cambridge. Why do we need to become more creative to do that? Well, the kind of change that we're talking about is a massive upheaval, and it's very different from how many of us are experiencing life in Cambridge today. So we all need to develop our creative skills like learning how to collaborate, learning how to see things from different perspectives, learning design thinking, learning how to disagree productively, learning active listening. These are all inherent parts of creativity that we can apply to anything and everything that we do, whether you're an artist or an accountant or a parent or a friend. If you apply creativity, we can expect entirely different outcomes. So the next question, of course, is how. That sounds really lofty. How on earth is Together Culture going to do that? Well, Together Culture started by doing a whole bunch of co-design. We spoke to about 150 different people. And when we were doing that, we did it in aid of developing a theory of change. And so our theory of change has 3 pillars. The first pillar is about helping people to develop a creative practice. Some of those people are artists and social entrepreneurs already, and some of those people are you and me and just general curious members of the community. We want to bring people together in physical spaces, disused spaces on our high street, and provide facilities like studios and creative workspaces and community kitchens and making spaces and libraries of things and just generally places where we can hang out and connect with one another. And when we're in those spaces, to develop our individual creative practice. The next pillar is developing our collaborative creative practice. When we've got thousands of people as a part of a community, how do we get us working creatively together? And our second pillar is all about our Citizen Studio. And our first Citizen Studio, if this crowdfunder is successful, will be opening on Fitzroy Street in October. And a Citizen Studio is an installation. It's a gamified experience in which people come together to answer a question. If in 10 years' time, Cambridge was known as one of the most inclusive and equitable creative economies in the world, what would be different? And in the space of an hour and a half, you'll learn design thinking, and you'll go through the process with neighbors to develop an answer to that question. And we hope that there'll be hundreds and hundreds of different answers to that question, because that leads us to our third pillar, which is action. So what Together Culture intends to do is to analyze our Citizen Studio each and every year and figure out what the priorities are for our community. And then we want to transform that into action. So we also aim to run a systems change incubator, where members who are trained up in systems thinking make a map of 3 or 4 different things that we could do that address an issue that is our members' priority. So that might be, how do we feed hungry neighbors and develop new agroecological food businesses at the same time? And once we've developed that systems change map, we then bring together co-founding groups amongst our membership and develop prototypes that help to develop social enterprises that enable the vision that we've created collectively come to pass. So in this way, Together Culture effectively is a wealth redistribution model in and of itself, and the membership is actively making a contribution to develop the creative economy for the benefit of all of us who live here in Cambridge. Now, how do you get involved? How do we break all of that down into something that is tangible? Well, we offer a number of different membership packages. So we offer membership packages for people who would like access to studio space in our creative workspace. Again, the first one is opening at Fitzroy Street in October if this crowdfunder is successful. And we know that there is woefully too little affordable creative workspace in the city center of Cambridge. So we're happy to be able to offer creative workspace your own personal creative workspace from £45 per month. And that's going to be an important part of how we move forward. So our first membership is our Creative Workspace membership. And then our other membership is our community membership. So that's for folks who might not identify as an artist or as a social entrepreneur, but you are a curious and creative citizen and you want to get involved in the Citizen Studio, and you love the idea of participating in all sorts of events and activities that we are going to be running to help you to develop your creative practice. And some of those things are activities that we've been running in our Story of Us studio that have been really successful, like our CV of Failure workshops, and others are going to help us develop rituals and fun ways to come together as a community, like charity DVD nights and a Lifting the Veil festival around Halloween and a festival of lights around December and going into the new year. And one thing that's really important, and a lot of people ask me, is, well, if I don't have money to participate, but I really want to become a member of Together Culture, is that possible? And the answer is yes. So for every 100 members who are paying to be part of Together Culture, we are working with other community partners to provide 25 free memberships to people who are in financial hardship. So anybody and everybody who is interested in helping to develop their creative practice and to make Cambridge a more creatively vibrant place where we are more inclusive, we're more equitable, and we're developing a more ecological creative economy, we really, really hope that you join today, that you participate in this crowdfunder. There are 70 people who have already become founding members of Together Culture, and there's plenty of room for you to become a part of it too. And together, we can open an extraordinarily vibrant and impactful Citizen Studio on Fitzroy Street this October. Thank you.